It's the last day of the preliminary round at the World Hockey Championship. And these worlds for Slovakia have been heartbreaking.
Fire scores! And Russia wins it 3-2.
Now they face the U.S., still hungry for victory.
Rebound score! Brock Nelson has another.
With a win, the U.S. secures a top spot in their group and needed momentum. Latvia and France are both staring relegation in the face as they go head-to-head. Who comes out on top? Day 12 of the World Hockey Championship continues now. Oye, oye, oye. Day 12 continues. Final day of round-robin play. Latvia and France relegated to TSN 5. United States, Slovakia, TSN 1, 3, and 4. Americans playing for first place in their pool in Ostrava. Thomas Tatar of the Detroit Red Wings. Slovakian. Rory Darzins. 9 goals for Latvia. He's had 8 points. Cristobal Huet trying to keep France in the big pool. 39-year-old goaltender. Hi, everybody. Rod Black along with Bob Airy. Welcome back to our continuing coverage of the World Championship. In case you missed it, Canada 7-0 on to the quarterfinals. Will face Belarus at 10 a.m. Eastern on Thursday.
Well, I tell you, they're getting it done from all aspects, from the net minding out. Defense are getting involved in goals. You're seeing guys drive the net. Not being cute. I think they're really getting to the blue paint and scoring the goals you got to score once you get to the quarterfinals.
Did I mention the score? 10-1, by the way. They demolished Austria today. There it is. 10-1. Second time they put a 10 spot up on the board. And because Belarus won over Norway, that means Belarus finishes 4th in Group B. Canada crosses over to play against Belarus on Thursday. So here's what's left this afternoon. U.S., Russia, and Finland. You can see them all jammed up there in Group B. The United States has much to play for. Slovakia, not so much. With more, here's Dennis Bayak and Shane Knighty.
Final game for Team USA in the preliminary round, and they get a chance, Shane, to finish #1 on the B group.
Well, a big opportunity for the U.S. here, and they'll be led with Connor Hellebuyck back in net. He's been leading the U.S. He leads the tournament in both categories, a .75 goals against and a save percentage of .969. Just terrific numbers for Hellebuyck.
Brock Nelson's racked up some points. Charlie Coyle plays his second game today, and they get Steve Moses back in.
Well, it'll be good to get Steve Moses. They have a power play right now that is 3 for 20. Moses will go back. He'll play part of that power play, hopefully bring some fire back to it. He had a goal and an assist in the opening game.
For Slovakia, they started with 3 straight wins, then they lost 3 straight games, needed help to get into the quarterfinals, didn't get it from Norway, and they will not advance.
Good news for the U.S. with Steve Moses back. Connor Hellebuyck has been outstanding, much to the delight of Winnipeg hockey fans, so we'll see a lot of Connor Hellebuyck. But how about Jake Eichel?
I tell you, he's been incredible. Eichel has been fantastic. BU won the Hobey Baker, the second freshman ever to do that. Paul Correa, the other, 6'1", 195 pounds. So good on his edges. He's able to make plays. He scored in the last hockey game against Slovakia. And you see Eichel, look at the moves he's got. Speed, he's able to protect the puck. Great with his edges, and he took one away from Nelson. Nelson's already got 6. Does he need more? Give Eichel his first of the tournament. He's been a big part, and he gets better and better. That's the big thing about Eichel. He's just improving as his tournament goes along.
This is his nickname, by the way, Jack Eichel. Group A standings, of course, Canada 7-0. Sweden 4-2, Czech Republic 4-0, and Switzerland 1, 2, 3, 4. Canada again will play Belarus on Thursday. But down at the bottom, Latvia and France have much to play for. This is their gold medal right now. Here's Brian Mudryk and Ray Ferraro.
It's the final day of preliminary competition at the World Championship. France and Latvia come in the most penalized teams in the entire tournament, but the biggest penalty is certainly relegation, Ray, and that's what both these nations are facing.
Yeah, two teams that are very evenly matched, that don't score a lot of goals, and both of them have a little bit of good news offensively, though. France will get their best offensive player, Stefan Da Costa, back in the lineup. He's been out the last 3 games with a leg injury. And for Latvia, it's about their top line, really 2/3 of their top line. Loris Darzic, who wears number 10, and Kasper Zdogovic, who most of us know from the Ottawa Senators, have 7 of the 9 Latvian goals. If somebody can score in the power play, because it's pretty clear someone's going to take a penalty, that could be the difference, and the difference between staying in Group A or being relegated to Group B.
If Latvia or France loses in 60 minutes, that team would face relegation.
If not, Austria waits in the wings. We'll show you Canada and Austria from earlier today. Canada ruled 10-1.
The 2015 double.
Earlier today, Canada finished off round robin with a bang. In fact, 10 of them already up 2-0. Brent Burns, look at this, from the point, redirected by Taylor Hall. 6th of the tournament, 3-0 Canada. 3 minutes later, how about this? Jordan Eberle.
Well, drop, find a defenseman. Ekblad, he's got 4 to lead all defensemen in the tournament.
Early second, Matt Duchesne down the wing to Spezza. Jason Spezza shoots and scores. 10-1, Canada romps. Now Group B, Norway, Belarus. Belarus had to win this game to get 4th and play Canada. And Andre Kostitsyn helps out in a big way here, parked on top of the crease. They win 3-2. Canada and Belarus will play in the quarterfinals, and Kevin Lalonde, there he is, from Clarence Creek, Ontario. Canada guy playing for Belarus will play against Canada on Thursday.
Well, he's been fantastic. He missed a couple of games, and then he comes back healthy in this one. Dave Lewis, the coach of Belarus, has got his squad looking for an upset.
Doesn't look good, though. That this would be a big up. This is Canada's best position in the quarters in quite some time. They have not gone past the quarterfinals in 5 years.
Well, Crosby didn't play today. He's well rested. You're looking at a team right now that has got to go against 2 Kostitsyns. We'll see how it all plays out. And when you talk about Lalonde, he's a guy that was, he's got pretty good pedigree. He was a 5th-round draft pick to the National Hockey League. Was traded once, and let's see if he's got something up his sleeve.
He plays in the KHL and has Belarus citizenship now. Here are our starting goalies for these games, brought to you by Chevrolet. Find new roads.
I can't see it, but it's a minuscule 0.75 goals against average for Hellebuck. I know it's out there somewhere. Not glad so. He'll have to beat Hellebuck. And you remember John Getson a couple of years ago. There's the most interesting man in hockey on the left. You love him. I love him. Basalskis. And he's got Cristobal, the veteran Cristobal Huet.
Well, relegation nation, perhaps. We'll see. Latvia and France, Jack Eichel, United States and Slovakia. Enjoy these games. Big day, final day of round-robin play at the 2015 Worlds.
Welcome back to Prague, Czech Republic. Final day of the preliminary round of the World Hockey Championship. Brian Mudryk, Ray Ferraro with you. And if you're just joining us back home in Canada, good morning. Team Canada thumping Austria earlier today, 10-1. They'll take on Belarus in the quarterfinals Thursday. Meantime, Latvia and France, this game big in Group A when it comes to relegation. The loser, if a team loses in 60 minutes, they would be done, relegated. Worst case for Austria, if France can win this one in overtime, then Austria would be out. So a big game for both these nations. And here comes Latvia early on as Soltniks fires it on net. Cristobal Huet getting the start for France.
The French look to this game as the type of game that becomes a winner-take-all game. Yesterday, when down 4-2 to the Swiss in the 3rd period, they pulled Cristobal Huet. They gave him the last bit of the 3rd period off, and Stefan Da Costa, who's on the ice now, who's sat out the last 3 games for the French, their most creative forward, is back in for this game.
Fleury trying to clear the zone. Damien Fleury, what a story, has 5 points in the tournament, and those points are all goals. No other French player has more than one.
He's the only French forward with more than 10 shots on goal in the tournament. He's got 26. He gets it, he shoots it.
And here comes Trail as he races up the boards. Redless there to receive him as they battle in the corner. Chekishvili tries to pinch in. Bouncing puck back to the point now. Chekishvili fires again. Edgars Masalskis getting the start in net for Latvia. Puck comes in front. Backhand try Masalskis. His first big test as Rue let the backhand go, but Masalskis there. Breck now dangling in, and he'll lose the puck. Can't get to the net with it.
The Latvians have leaned pretty heavily on Edgars Masalskis for a long time. The 35-year-old has played 93% of the minutes in this tournament.
Avitou's back at the point for France as the puck comes out of the zone and he has to give chase. Avitou moves it up. Manavion will fire it in. The Rosier chips it in as Latvia comes away with it. The opening minutes here. Final day of the preliminary competition in Group A in Prague, Czech Republic. What a brilliant tournament so far, Ray. It's been so much fun.
It's been a spectacular tournament, well attended. And now the team's just playing for positioning here as all 8 quarterfinalists have been decided. The last of the 8 was Belarus. They won their game today and they'll face Canada.
Here comes Damien Fleury cutting in. Tough angle shot, and that's turned aside by Masalskis. Bulls will play it up, comes back to the point for Skortskovs, who fires it in. Soltniks chips it back into the corner. Skortskovs sets up behind the net. Salietis in front. Skortskov back to the point. Shot knocked down in front. Another chance for Latvia. This time Soltniks will try to dump it back behind the net. Salietis engaging in the battle as well as France tries to chip it out of the zone, and it's kept in. Acosta with some good work there, and he comes away with the puck as Stefan Acosta, of course, brother to Teddy DaCosta. You know Stefan from the Ottawa Senators.
That's an excellent shift for Latvia as they hem France's top line. Roussel, Fleury, and Stefan DaCosta in their zone. And if either team can take away the big boys on the other team, there's not a lot of depth of scoring for them.
And plays whistle down, icing with 15:54 to go here in the first.
Most European teams rather, as we see this early chance, Janil shoots this and it's from a sharp angle and it catches the crossbar. Masalskis didn't see much of it, and then Janil runs himself into the boards. But I was going to say, Brian, the European teams don't match lines like we might in North America. So the Latvian line here that includes Darzic and Dogovins, they have 7 of the 9 Latvian goals. If you're going to check a line, that's the line the French have to check.
Breck to take the draw for France. Puck comes back to the point. That shot is ripped and misses everything as Manavion let it fly. Dogovic wanted that pass but couldn't accept it. DaCosta spun around and will fire it in. Breck goes back to the point. That shot steered aside by Masalskis. Back to the point. That shot deflected close but didn't find the mark. Breck behind the net. Gets the puck back. Has DaCosta in front. Centering pass. And that shot goes off a leg and into the corner. Desch picks it up and he'll backhand it behind the net once again. Anthony Reck can't win that battle as Latvia chips it out of the zone. What have you seen early here, Ray?
Pretty good pressure from the French. Good. They're a quicker team. They get on the forecheck more regularly than Latvia. But the Latvians will counter-punch, and they have an excellent goaltender in Masalskis. We've already seen him make a couple of stops. France will lean when they have to on Cristobal Huet, who's had an excellent tournament. Hasn't had anything to do so far, though.
Quiet tournament, too, for Antoine Roussel. We expected things offensively from him, but all we've gotten is the most penalized player in the tournament.
And Dave Henderson has to rely pretty much on this top line, which is Fleury, DaCosta, and Antoine Roussel. And Roussel got off to a really tough start, took 30 penalty minutes in the second game of the tournament against the Swiss, which was a critical 3-1 loss. But he had a couple assists last night in the game against the Swedes. I thought played a game that looked very familiar to the one he plays in Dallas. He was energetic, he was on the puck, and he created some chances.
That shot will miss the mark from Soltnitz as the puck comes around the boards, and here is Antoine Roussel has Fleury with him. Fleury goes to the net, comes back to the point. Avitu fires it back in. Roussel battling with DaCosta behind the net. Stefan DaCosta trying to fish it out, and he does. Backhand try in front, and it didn't get through. Fleury now fires on net, tough angle, looking for goal number 6, but Masalskis swallows that up. 0-0 here in Prague. Welcome back to Prague, Czech Republic. 0-0 score, Latvia, France. Both these teams battling for their relegation lives in this contest. In Group A play. And right off the face-off, it goes high, and that'll play for a whistle, and they'll do it again.
The Trejo brothers are significant players for the French. Sasha had a game misconduct against the Swiss early, and that left alongside it with Antoine Roussel, two of their better forwards out of the game, and all of a sudden the French were behind the 8 ball. They had lost the game mainly because of penalty problems, and now that comes back to bite them a little bit as they're in this do-or-die game to stay in the A pool.
And here comes Latvia the other way. Backhand pass doesn't get through by Andrasis as he falls behind the net. Puck in front, shot! And that's stopped by Cristobal Huet in front. Sabulis continues to battle for the puck as France moves up with it. Roux sends it off. That shot swallowed up. So both netminders tested early in this contest.
Really the first good chance for Latvia on a rush that is broken up initially. A bit of an odd bounce, and right out in front, the puck gets to the stick of Berzinch. He looked almost surprised by it. The puck got into his feet, and he hooked it up over top of Cristobal Huet and the French goal.
I thought Huet got a piece, but obviously went high and wide as he misfired. His eyes must have lit up when he realized the chance that he had there.
Oh man, you're in the right spot, and the puck bounces to you, a bit of an odd bounce from behind the net, and Latvia, who doesn't generate a whole pile of shots, we've mentioned a couple of times, is Coach Alexander Belaviskis, longtime captain of Latvians teams, in his first go-round as the head coach here, has a team that just scored 9 goals in the 6 previous games. But they're not going to generate a lot. They better finish when they get the opportunity.
Teddy DaCosta taking the drop from France, back to the point. That shot from Janil is knocked down, doesn't get through. Chekishvili now. Stretch pass for Breck as he moves up and chips it over the blue line. Anthony Reck goes around the boards into the corner. Canaro will lose the puck. Schwarzkopf moves it up now. Bulls plays it behind the net. Bulls gets the puck back, tries a centering pass, but that misses his man, Soltnieks, and Latvia's got to race back. Dagovic chips it along the boards, comes out of the zone. Ekefoyle goes back to Besh, who fires it in, long shot, and that's right on the mark as Masalskis thought about playing it, but then covers up for a whistle.
Pretty casual catch and drop for Masalskis. He was looking for a defenseman to come and take the puck from him. Nobody was there. And Masalskis, who has been the player of the game for Latvia a couple of times, has been the backbone of their team for a long time, and he has to play well for them to have a chance. And the loss of a player like Zemgus Girgensson really hurts the Latvian offense. And
Antoine Roussel gives chase in the corner.
in Pool B, the U.S. up 2-0 on Slovakia in the first period of their game as they try to finish on top of the table in Group B.
Bouncing puck in the neutral zone as Latvia looks to restart. Sprooks takes it at the blue line, looks to chip it in, but that's picked off as he comes up with the puck again. Kevin Ekefoyle back to play it, nearly turned it over, but Roux able to pick it up and send it across ice. Fleury drops it off, shot, stopped. Bouncing puck high in front. Comes back to the point. Chekishvili tries to fire and that hits a stick. Doesn't get through. Bertrand jumped into the play as the battle continues in the corner for the puck. Bertrand tries to get it back to the point. Kept in. Shot doesn't find the mark as Roux let it fly. Bertrand behind the net. Centering pass in front. And Trail unable to get a stick on it there. Chekishvili accepts the pass and he'll fire it in. He wants to change up and he will. During the halfway point of this first period here in Prague, and a 0-0 score. Galovic will just fire it along the boards as Latvia trying to get some pressure here in the French zone, but nothing really doing early on. OV2 will fire it off the boards and a little deflection in front, but it's off the mark as France now wrap around, try in front, trying to jam it home. That was Clairaut with the opportunity, and now some extracurricular activities to the right of Masalskis.
There's going to be one penalty for sure, and it looks like it's going to be Teddy DaCosta, or they're going to call it rather on Clairaut, who has the wraparound attempt. Masalskis shuts this down, and Clairaut's going to get the penalty, I believe, for the initial chip onto the hands. There doesn't look like there's much to it, but the scrum ensued after this. And so Latvia's power play, which is 3 for 19. Oh, there's the penalty there. It's the right hand by Clairaut. A bad penalty to take. And so 3 power play goals for Latvia, but France has given up 7 power play goals in the tournament, the most. They're tied with Latvia, but they've also been shorthanded the most, 31 times in 6 games.
So Clairaut in the box. France able to clear early.
Watch 10 Zarnic, 16 Dogovins. The puck will go through those 2 guys' hands as much as possible on this first Latvian power play group.
Those 2 you mentioned have combined for 15 points in the tournament so far. It's crazy again, Ray. We know when the Czech Republic plays, we know the building is going to be rocking. This is, in essence, a relegation-style game, and the building
full. Again.
It's unbelievable.
There was 13,000, 14,000 rather in the early game at 12:15. It is a work day.
Dagovic now trying to get things set on this power play. He goes back to the point, has Galvic at the point. They play pass. Galvic fires, and that's blocked in front. He gets to try again, tries the slap pass. That's knocked down, bouncing puck, and Dogovic fires and scores. Latvia on the board. Power play goal here in the first.
Well, it's all the things that we talked about. A penalty by the most penalized team in the tournament, an undisciplined one by Claro. The Latvian power play relies a lot on Darzins and Dogovic. This initial shot is deflected. It bounces to Darzic. He's trying to get a stick on it, and it goes right to Kaspars Dogovic. He beats Cristobal Ue, and Latvia, who has been on their heels most of this first period, takes a 1-0 lead.
Kaspars Dogovic now, 5 goals, 3 helpers in the tournament, 8 points total, and now Latvia, a 1-0 advantage. Dogovic, a 91st overall draft pick by the Sens back in 2006. He played 65 games for Ottawa. Saw him and Jason Spezza having a nice chat earlier in the tournament. Redless now battling in the corner as Latvia looks for more. The puck, though, comes out of the zone, and they'll have to reset. And when you talk about offense for both these teams, obviously Latvia has some snipers, Ray, but France, not a lot of offense unless your name is Fleury.
No, they don't have a lot, but the one thing that stood out of these two teams are the number of penalties they take and the number of power play goals that they give up. And Kaspars Dogovic takes the loose puck. He's 15 feet in front of the net. There's really nothing for Cristobal Ue to be able to do about it. And 11.5 minutes in, Latvia's got the game's first.
Puck chipped into the corner. And here comes France with some room. Claro streaking in. Claro centering pass in front. Net comes off. Masalskis, though, stood up and made the stop. Latvia leads 1-0 here in Prague. Welcome back to Prague, Czech Republic. We've talked already about the attendance here, and they just put up on the big screen. They're basically less than 100,000 now away from breaking the all-time attendance record. And let's be honest, I think they're going to do it. It was set last year, and it's been so strong this year.
Yeah, with the quarters, semis, and finals all in this building. The Czechs about set, it looks like, to play the Russians in their quarterfinal in this building. Canada will be a sellout as well. It's just been an incredibly well-attended tournament, a lot of fun. The people seem to have had just a great time viewing the games.
Schwarzkopf now working behind the net. He'll try to wrap it around. He'll dish it off. That shot knocked down his front as Salietis let it fly. Trail tries to chip it along the boards, and he will. Rosier tried the little centering pass as the puck comes into the corner. Trail now in front. He goes back to the point, and then the shot hits him. Latvia turns it up now. Salietis weaving 1-on-2. Kaspars Salietis will turn and fire it down as Latvia was changing, and now he'll change off. Alvitu carries it over the blue line for France. He'll let it fly. That's off a stick and into the corner as Damien Fleury was giving chase. Centering pass in front, but Antoine Roussel tried to get a good backhand on it. Not really a great opportunity, but the chance was there.
This is right before the commercial break. Look at the save Masalskis makes as a really nice play from Claro, driving wide with speed. Anthony Reck is right in the crease, and Masalskis a terrific save to keep Latvia ahead 1-0.
So France's big line out once again as Acosta will win the drop. Back to the point. That shot knocked down in front. Fleury plays it along the boards to Acosta. Chipped up to Roussel. He battles with his man along the blue line. and play is whistled down. We talked about the attendance. There's a little bit of a skirmish, but we've seen that all tournament long from Antoine Roussel. 63,000 short coming into breaking the record that was set in Minsk. And as we see Roussel, it was interesting. Talked with Tyler Seguin after their game against France, and they had a little bit of an altercation, of course, teammates in Dallas, and he said, man, I don't know what I have to do if that guy wasn't my teammate in the NHL. He just aggravates people.
He does. The problem is he'll step over the line too often, and right now France needs Antoine Roussel to play the game. You see the official go over and talk to him, and he is an agitating player, but he's a good player. He skates, he's physical, he's had some good years offensively, 13 and 14 goals the last couple of years, but really, Brian, in this tournament, last year at the World Championships, he had 6 goals. He doesn't have any right now, and so you can aggravate all you want. He needs to put some numbers on the board. They need him to do that.
Icing the call, 5:46 to go here in the first.
So Latvia, who have probably had the lower scale scoring chances to Dave Henderson's French team, have the lead. And they've always had in this tournament a bit of a counter-punch mentality. We'll see if the French can pressure them into a penalty, get themselves back on the power play. As Latvia's only goal has been with the man advantage. Oh, bad collision at the blue line here. Spruks from Latvia and Bertrand went knee to knee, and Spruks is off the ice. This would be a big loss for Latvia. Couldn't put any weight on his left leg as he went off the ice. Two players didn't see each other and collided together.
Chekishvili will circle and reset as he waits for his teammates to change up. Teddy DaCosta moves it up, and France will dump it in behind the net. LB2 able to keep it in as he fires it, and DaCosta gives chase. As Clairot behind the net with him. 2-on-1 there in the corner as Clairot tries to dig it out, and he does. And then he's dropped behind the net. Latvia turns it up the other way. Sabulis chips it along the boards. 4:34 here to go in the first, and a 1-0 Latvia advantage. Here comes Andrasis. He races in, and no icing as he won that race to the puck. Redless now. Chips it off the boards. Salietis giving chasing, puts on the brakes. Salietis now. Centering pass, but none of his teammates were there. It's picked off. Antoine Roussel. Stops and circles. Roussel. Dishes it off to Stefan DaCosta. Centering pass in front, Fleury. Stick was tied up, he fires off the stick, and it bounces into the corner. Chekishvili goes back to play it. Chekishvili will chip it in. Trail now, fires, quick shot, turned aside by Vasilskis. Chekishvili spins and fires it back in. Centering pass in front, Fleury looking for his man, but nothing doing. Trail gives chase into the corner. He'll chip it in for DaCosta. Stefan DaCosta. Spins and fires it down for Fleury now. Fleury waits, and some great work by this line as they've had the pressure here in Latvia's zone. It's kept in once again.
And now the French have changed 2/3 of this line.
Trail. Fleury is cutting in front. Point shot, and that misses everything.
Well, Vasilskis didn't see any of it. He heard it hit the end boards, and Latvia is going to escape here with no damage.
Larisic Always an offensive threat for Latvia. Darzinch will fire it behind the net. Ekefoyle loses it as the puck goes into the corner, and DaCosta gives chase. He'll move it up. Rek will chip it along the glass. Bukart's now giving chase. Bukart's centering pass in front. And that'll miss the mark. Had Redless streaking to the net. He couldn't get a stick on it. Bukart's again. Will race after the puck. Chekishvili moves it up to DeRosier. Mounier now. Circling. Mounier tries a centering pass. That's picked off. And here comes Sprooks with some room. Sprooks fires, and that'll miss the mark high on Huet. Janil battling, as is Mounier in the corner for the puck. Process is taken down. Into the final minute here of the first frame, Latvia with a 1-0 lead over France here in the Czech Republic. Damien Fleury tries to chip and chase, but that's knocked down. Dagovic goes behind the net. Zarinch fires it back into the corner. Puck comes behind the net. Dagovic taken into the corner. 26 seconds remaining in the first frame as France tries to wheel it up ice. Here comes Fleury. Roussel going into the net. Centering pass! Roussel was there, but couldn't bury it. 12 seconds to go in this opening frame. Roussel and Fleury in the corner. Besh able to tries to slap it back in, but it goes high and out of play for a whistle. 2.8 to go in the first.
Antoine Roussel's been around the puck the whole first period. Look at the play here. Strong play by Fleury. And Roussel fighting off the back check of Zarinch. Gets to the crease and by about a half a foot misses the open side of the net.
One last long shot that'll miss the mark from Ekefoyle. Latvia on the board here in the first. Dagovic, the goal, a 1-0 advantage here in Prague.
Always tell the real big picture. At the end of the day, in a winner-take-all one-game match, does it even matter what anything else except that big board tells us at the end of it? I thought the French played a pretty good first period. They were quicker, they were on the puck more, they had better chances, yet Masalskis was terrific in goal, and UA had no chance on the Dagovic power play goal.
If you're just tuning in for the first time, as that shot deflects in the corner, the team that loses, or team, if they do lose in 60 minutes time, they'll be relegated. If France manages to win in overtime, it would be Austria relegated. So lots on the line for both these nations. Dagovic now tries to spin off his man in the corner as the goal scorer goes back to the point. Sprooks fires, and that's knocked down. Trail tries to take the pass. He'll take out his man instead. Long shot is gloved down by Masalskis, and he plays it back to Redless. Christian Redless behind his own net. Damien Fleury watching him. Fleury with 5 goals in the tournament for France. Andrasis giving chase now. Has Brooks with him. Andrasis, and that's picked off. Roussel was hoping to get off to the races, but can't get away. Brooks will chip it into the corner. Redless now, back to the point. That shot deflected just wide of UA. Damien Fleury now, moving in. Fleury waits, fires, rebound right in front, but alertly, Masalskis covers up, but the rebound was there. And now after the play,
it's going to be a French penalty again. The second penalty after the play. Fleury will shoot this from a sharp angle. I mentioned at the start of the game, he's the only French forward with 10 shots on net. There's another one, his third of the game, stopped by Masalskis. And then to the right of the play, watch Fleury go around the back of the net. He's going to get called for that. That's a brutal call. If the penalty is indeed on Fleury, he's going around the back of the net. He jumps to avoid the Latvian player. He's not trying to make contact there. That's a brutal call. Terrible break for the French. And this is a critical power play, Brian. We've talked about how neither team scores a lot. Can you imagine a second power play goal for Latvia? Puts France in a deep hole.
They scored in the first frame on the power play. Only had 2 shots in that opening 20. A goal to show for it. They're 4 for 20 on the power play in the tournament. And we'll get a chance to work it again as the face-off will come to the left of Cristobal Ue.
France had 5 players with as many shots as Latvia did in that first period, yet they trail 1-0.
Dagovic works it back to the point. Dagovic now waiting. Sorokov's with him up at the blue line. Dagovic passes it across, and that's broken up neatly by France as Roux played it under the zone, and they'll fire it down the ice. Galvinch will drop it off as Latvia looks to get reset on this power play. Zaric dumps it in behind the net. Darzinch is there, as is Dagovic. Puck comes back to the point. Galvinch. Galvinch waits, he'll dish it off. Galvinch now works it down low. Darzinch goes back behind the net as Latvia works the cycle, but nothing on net as of yet. Dagovic now being patient, he'll drop it off. 54 seconds remaining, big shot, scores! Point shots in as Galvinch let it fly. 2-0 Latvia on 2 power play goals.
The 3 best offensive players for Latvia are Loris Darzinch, Kasper Dagovic, and Guntas Galvinch. They have, in some combination, the points of both goals tonight. Galvin's shot beats Cristobal Ue up over the glove on the pass by Darzinch. It deflects off the glove of Ue. 3 shots on goal as you see the frustration of Damien Fleury. 2 power play goals, 9 power play goals given up in the tournament by the French. And it's 2-0.
I guess, Ray, who needs a lot of shots on net if you just make good on the ones you take?
I don't know if 66% shooting is sustainable, Brian. I've got my doubts on that. That's one Cristobal Ue should have. He normally does have. And now France is in a hole.
Here comes DaCosta, though. Stefan DaCosta fires. Rebound, though. Roussel jams away, and that's also stopped by Masalskis.
The other thing to consider is Latvia doesn't have a shot 5-on-5 yet. All 3 of their shots have come on the power play.
Manavion will fire it in as Masalskis stops and plays it. Trayel knocks that down. Trayel circling behind the net. Trayel moves it back up. Trayel has it again. He takes the pass, tries to cut in front. Nice work from Trayel here. Sasha Trayel. continues that battle now. Rule with him. Manavion comes in to chip it into the corner. Bertrand fires it back down. Trayel, centering pass. Shot stopped. Manavion continues to battle, and Ovetu spins and fires it in.
Really important for the French not to panic here. There's lots of game left. Try and dig themselves into a position to get one in the next 15 minutes or so. There's no real panic yet, but you don't want to give up a third one here.
DaCosta now battles in the corner. Teddy DaCosta back to the point. That shot, it's a body in front. Latvia desperate to clear at this point, and they do get it out of their zone.
See, there's been a couple of shifts like that. Long zone time. Eventually, one of those breaks through.
DaCosta loads up as Teddy DaCosta lets it fly. Stick goes flying. Masalskis lost his stick, still able to cover things up for a whistle.
The 35-year-old Masalskis has been fantastic. He got stung with the early Teddy DaCosta shot. DaCosta able to walk into this about 20 feet, and he rips this, go right off the side of the mask. You see, Masalskis, I'm not really sure why he threw his stick up in the air, other than say that the strap had come off his mask. It's kind of an odd move by Masalskis. Watch, he throws his stick up in the air because his strap has come undone. In the past, they used to blow that down immediately. Now the official has a little bit of leeway to determine whether the goaltender's injured or not. Here the conversation between the official and Masalskis continues, and he's going to take a few moments to gather himself after another couple of really nice stops.
And pretty good timing by the netminder, considering that line was out for a very long time. A chance to settle things down a little bit, maybe give his teammates an extra breath.
And now France will get their first power play chance right off the draw. Sorokov's with the penalty. And don't forget, while we were talking about France's inability to kill penalties coming into the game, they'd given up as many penalties as Latvia, or power play goals against. So the French power play, which is dangerous, it is that top line, much the same as Latvia. They rely on their top line. So DaCosta, Roussel, Fleury will have a chance to answer.
And I wonder if this penalty music is going to be a top 10 hit back in North America. I'm waking up with hot sweats thinking about it.
I think you should put it as your ringtone.
Oh, yeah, my head's ringing all right. Eke Foyle gloves it down, and he'll fire it in as France tries to get on the board here on the power play now in the second frame. Latvia, 2-0 advantage, and a must-win game for France. Whether they win it in 60 or whether they win it in overtime, they need a win to avoid relegation. Eke Foyle was tied up in front as Latvia is able to clear. Ovetu brings it up for France. He'll chip it into the corner, and Fleury, who took that penalty, gives chase, bumps his man, puck in front, and it goes back into the corner. Fleury chips it back to the point for Eke Foyle. He'll dish it off. Shot, knocked down in front, goes into the corner. And Galvinch able to get it into the neutral zone. Here comes France again. Stefan DaCosta wanted Fleury. That's broken up. Eke Foyle gets the pass back. Eke Foyle now brings it in. Eke Foyle tries the centering pass, knocked down though. DaCosta kept it in, but it'll be whistled down, high sticks, so the faceoff comes out of the zone with 43 seconds remaining in the power play.
A lot of frustration being shown by the French. We saw, rightfully so, Fleury really upset after the last power play goal. DaCosta knocked the puck down with a high stick, and he was visibly upset. And as I mentioned earlier, Brian, there's lots of time left here. The pressure starts to feel heavy because it is a one-and-out game. Yet there's plenty of time to get yourselves back into it. The more frustration gets heavy on you, the worse the game starts to seem. They've had plenty of chances. They're going to get plenty of chances. But you can't give the game away while you're frustrated. Look at those glasses. Great from our producer, John Hines' collection. Been wearing a pair like that for the last day.
You know, I can't comment. I started this tournament wearing contact lenses. It's tough when you can't see the numbers up here, Ray. I went to the spectacles, a little bit easier job. That vision thing helps up here.
I got news for you.
It's not going to get better?
No, but bad vision is not solid for a play-by-play man.
3 seconds to go in this power play.
And you're right, it's not going to get better.
No kidding. Here's a turnover now as Sorokovs comes out of the box and looks to get something going on offense. Sorokovs centering pass. Brooks in front of the net. Redless tried to get it in front, nets. Kicked out of harm's way. Rosier will backhanded out of the zone. Brooks though. Quick to the puck, back in, shot, just deflects wide of Huet. Perreault now with some speed. Perreault tries the backhand, couldn't get a good shot off. Chekishvili now moves it up for Da Costa, back to Janil. That pass misses the mark, but Masalskis has to play it. Teddy Da Costa back to the point. Manavillon fires it in, that hits a body. Brooks gets taken down as he gets it into France's zone. And the puck bounces high and into Latvia's bench for a whistle. 11:46 to go here in the second. Latvia leads 2-0. Welcome back to Prague, Czech Republic. Latvia a 2-0 advantage on France. Obviously both these nations in danger of being relegated. And here's an interesting fact. Latvia, their #1 sport in television happens to be ice hockey. Just one of 3 nations in the world. Latvia, Canada, and Finland. Hockey is #1 in those nations when it comes to television. So obviously Latvia staying in the tournament would be huge.
Well, careful here after the whistle. 2 penalties for France, none for Latvia. You have to be careful that you don't be the one guy that gets pulled out of the scrum. So the importance of this game to Latvia and France is pretty obvious. If you would have told me after 29 minutes that Latvia had no shots on goal 5-on-5 and they would lead, I'd say it's not possible. Yet here they are with 3 shots in the game, all of them on the power play, and 2 of them have gone in.
Perreault winds up in that, deflects into the corner. Zaric puts on the brakes, tries to center it. Comes to Darzic. Darzic now fires and that hits the leg. And Masalskis doesn't like what he sees, so he'll cover things up for a whistle. And Ray, you never know, maybe they can heat up this shooting percentage.
Yeah, by not shooting it anymore. There's the second goal by Gunter Zgalvic. Power play marker. He had an assist on the first one. You saw it deflect about 15 feet in front of Cristobal Huet. When I say that Huet had to stop it, then you look at the deflection. You think, oh, it changed direction on him. So 2 power play goals and a 2-0 Latvian lead.
And the big line out once again for France. Roussel, Da Costa, Fleury. That shot turned aside by Cristobal Huet to deflects out of play for a whistle.
So Austria's ping-ponged back and forth between the A and B pool for the last decade. If France loses and they go to the B pool, it brings up a pretty interesting scenario for the following year, and that is in 2017, France co-hosts the tournament with Cologne, Germany. and it makes their play in the B pool next year seem almost irrelevant. There's some discussion of whether both hosts, Cologne and Germany and France, would get in. The best way to get in is to win. And
Fleury with a chance, and that deflects into the corner. Rebound try, and Masalskis had to be sharp. The bank shot was tried, and once again, after the whistle, these players engaging. Two most penalized teams in the tournament coming in.
If I'm Latvia, I get into the face of Roussel every time. Just go stand in front of him. Get as close as you can to him, because he's going to punch you in the mouth and you're going to get a power play. Watch it how this play ends. Masalskis freezes the puck, and there's Roussel coming to shove Sotniks. He's got enough international experience to know how dangerous a play that is. Get close to him. Breathe on him. Make him upset. Eventually, he just takes a swipe at you, and you go back on the power play. He got away with one there.
Face off to the right of Masalskis. 10:31 to go here in the second. Latvia, a 2-0 advantage on 2 power play goals here in Prague. If a team loses in 60 minutes in regulation time, the loser is relegated. The only way that Austria can be relegated, France would have to win in overtime. Rosier now in the corner as Mounier centering to pass to him. Mounier loses it. And we'll have another power play here in Prague.
Svidagovic, one of their better penalty killers, going to the penalty box. So France, their second power play of this middle frame. The danger for Latvia is they start to spend so much time in their zone, as we look at the penalty, that you get a little bit behind. You're a half a step behind the French player. You have to slow them down. You get a hooking penalty or an interference penalty. And there's Coach Alexander Belavasquez, who about 5 minutes ago had an ice bag on the side of his head as a puck was flipped into the bench, hit him in the face, and being short-handed will give him a headache too.
Eke Foyle goes to Ovitu. And Ovitu could not handle that, so France will have to reset on this power play. Eke Foyle winds things up for France. He dumps it off for Stevan DaCosta, but once again it comes out of the zone. DaCosta over the blue line, tries the centering pass to Roussel, but intercepted and dumped down the ice. Fleury now brings it in for France. Fleury tries to cut to the net. He brings it around the net. Back to Eke Foyle. Fleury tries the centering pass off a leg and out of the zone once again. .57 seconds remaining in the power play for France as they trail 2-0 in the hockey game. And kind of a tough play there as Rosier loses the puck. And that allows Latvia to change up again. Mounier over the blue line with 36 seconds to go in the man advantage. Rosier back to the point. Rosier continues to play pass. Deschanel fires through traffic, misses everything. High bouncing puck. And Sacha Trail will leave it. 14 seconds remaining in the man advantage. And again, Latvia able to clear that right on Cristobal Huet.
So Brian, that's 4 minutes of power play time for France. No shots on goal. Latvia has 2 power plays and 3 shots on goal and both goals. The French have outshot Latvia 18-0 at 5-on-5.
So back to 5-on-5 hockey here in Prague. Rosier loses the battle. chipped along the boards as Terzic gives chase. Daniil moves it up for Teddy DaCosta, but he can't find the handle. Haven't heard the usual drums from the Latvian fans, at least not as loud as we've heard earlier in the tournament, and you can hear them. .7:15 here to go in the second. Bulls spins and fires on net. That's steered into the corner.
There it is. First shot, 5-on-5. 33 minutes.
Andersons leaves it along the boards as Bertrand works in the corner.
It's almost like being up 7-0 in a football game and your offense doesn't have a first down. And you're halfway through the game. Like, how is this happening?
Maybe with Seattle's defense. Eke Foyle. They'll drop it off as the fans start to get into it here. The Latvia chance starting as France, though, moves it up. Bertrand goes to the net. Bertrand fires. And it's stopped in front. Again, Masalskis keeping his team in it here in Prague. Welcome back to Prague, Czech Republic. Brian Mudryk, Ray Ferraro with you. Latvia 2-0 advantage over France, but France about to go in the power play. Latvia coming in at the third worst penalty kill in the tournament. And France has the big line out once again as they try to get something generated.
2 power play goals and 22 tries for the French in the tournament. They haven't had Stefan DaCosta for a lot of it, which would hurt their power play, but no shots on their 2 previous power plays.
And DaCosta is out there as Eke Foyle plays it to him. Stefan DaCosta back to the point. Shot. And once again, Masalskis saw it. He stopped it. He's been great.
At times, the French will set up the power play on the other side as we get a look at the hooking penalty on Sorokov's, but an excellent stop by Masalskis. He goes across and flattens out to cover the bottom third of the net. But when the French set up the power play on the right side with DaCosta on his strong side, that opens up the one-timer to Fleury. With him back in the lineup, they get the puck on the other side. They basically take Fleury, their most dangerous shooter, out of the equation. The power play, I think, has to start on this side. Right where it is now.
Okay, Foyle moves the puck and gets it back, goes back to the point. OB2.
See, now over there, Fleury can't shoot a one-timer.
OB2 to Eke Foyle. Fleury then goes to the front of the net now. Eke Foyle spins away from his man. The battle comes behind the net, and the puck comes to the point, but nobody there as Eke Foyle has to go give chase with 1:11 to go in the power play. And a turnover now. Zaric tries to break in, but he's turned aside, killing off some more seconds. Stefan DaCosta now wheeling. Stays on side. DaCosta tries a drag move. Fleury now. OB2 centering past the shot, misses the mark. Masalskis was bumped. He went down, but the shot didn't find the net. Schwarzkopf now. Schwarzkopf basically 1-on-5. He'll just try to kill off some more time. Here comes Mounier. Mounier now has both Freo brothers out on the ice. .18 seconds to go in the man advantage. The Rosier goes cross ice. Shot doesn't get through. Was fanned on as Mounier couldn't get good wood on it. Just 5 seconds left now in the man advantage. And Latvia will clear and they kill it off. another penalty kill for Latvia. As Claireau comes across the blue line and play is whistled down offside with 4 minutes to go here in the second.
Getting tougher and tougher for the French to get to the Latvian goaltender Masalskis. As Latvia's melted 16 minutes off the clock here in the second period. The more minutes that are chipped away, it seems like the more compact they get around their net. Still a long time to try and defend a 2-goal lead. But they've had virtually no pressure in front of Cristobal Huet today.
Chanel now for France, moves it up to Teddy DaCosta. Bouncing puck stays in as DaCosta tries to keep it in. He gets spun around and falls. Puck back to him. Andrasis loses the puck. Claireau fires into the corner. Avion back to play it. OB2 tries to move it up quickly, and he does. Little backhand pass now. Centering in front. Masalskis will cover up, and again, shenanigans after the whistle.
These are the type of scrums where one guy gets hauled out of here and thrown in the penalty box. And although it looks like nobody going here, there is Stefan DaCosta. Puck chipped to the front of the net. DaCosta will wheel out and find Abitu, who comes into the play. There's the one play you've got to be careful of, is the play gets thrown out of the blue line with the ruling that the French were digging away at Masalskis' glove. Down to 3:05.
And surprise, surprise, Roussel was in the middle of things there once again. You know, one guy who's been really physical too, and in the mix, he's an offensive guy in the NHL, is Nate McKinnon.
Everybody's got a little bit different role to play on Canada, where most of the forwards are used to being among their top 6 forwards, and can only have so many of those on one team. And so players like McKinnon, perhaps their role changes a little bit. But Canada setting a record with 47 goals in the preliminary round.
Here comes Latvia, chance has stopped us. Antoine Roussel behind the play is limping. He's just trying to get off the ice. Hence that advantage for Latvia. Here comes DaCosta now. Stefan DaCosta willing in. Backhand try, and that gets deflected into the corner.
DaCosta's going for an elbowing penalty. After Antoine Roussel was hurt along the sideboards, a lower body for sure. DaCosta's well on his way to picking up another minor here. Here's the penalty. Oh, he hit him right in the head with his elbow. It's a bad penalty for DaCosta to take. Oh, you see the left leg of Roussel twist his ankle, twisted in an odd way. A lot of times you scare yourself. It happens quickly. Look at his ankle roll over. You get a jolt of pain. It scares you a little bit. And then here's the Latvian chances. Bukhart's shot is denied by Cristobal Huet. It's a tough save anyway, but Huet hasn't had anything to do in this period. Just one shot, and it went into the net. Latvia with 3 on the period.
And of course, back on the power play, Latvia, 2 power play goals in this hockey game. Not a lot of shots on net, but they made them count. And just 2 minutes remaining here in this second frame. Darzinch lines it up, but he gets whacked as he tries to come over the blue line.
Good hit by Shakisvili.
Dagovic now. Drops it off for Darzinch. Dagovic, they play pass. Back to the point. Darzinch now fires, deflected, and just missed the mark. Zarinch with a nice chance there with a deflection, just missing.
In Ostrava, Slovakia with 4 straight goals against the United States, and they take a 4-3 lead.
Wow. So I love this tournament. Anything can happen on any given day.
Remember, if you fall to second place over there.
There's a turnover now. Fleury fires. Rebound in front. That is cleared out of harm's way as Damien Fleury was lurking.
So if the U.S. loses over there and Russia ends up in the top spot, the U.S. would come here to play the Czechs. So you're 1 period away from playing the Swiss, or you come into the Hornets' nest to play the Czechs.
Yeah, and considering Jaromir Jagr appears to have found the fountain of youth, I don't think you want to play this Czech team at home. Brooks now works it behind the net. 21 seconds remaining on this power play for Latvia. They have 2 power play goals in the game. Redless fires, tipped in front, bouncing puck, and Huey got the leg out. Redless works it down low again. Brooks, he's in front, planted. Shot, first of all, Huey swallows that up with 9.7 to go in the frame.
A couple really good saves for Huey, and maybe giving France a chance in the third period with the 2 pad saves that he made. This one on the deflection, it's off his own defender, Avitu's glove, and Huey in good position to make the stop, and there's the really nice hit by Shakisvili as he closes the lane down on Darzinch, who was trying to race into the French zone.
And as time winds down on this second frame, 9.7 to go. United States scoring a goal to tie things up, so some good offense in Ostrava.
That might be a last shot wins type of deal over there.
France able to clear it into the neutral zone, and time will wind down on this second frame. So Latvia, 2 power play goals and a 2-0 advantage. France now on life support here in the Czech Republic as the Worlds continue. Welcome back to Prague, Czech Republic. Third period about to begin as Latvia has a 2-0 advantage over France. Power play goals from Dagovic and Galvinch. The difference so far, France out shooting Latvia 22-7. But Edgars Masalskis has been the story not only in this hockey game, but in the tournament for Latvia.
He didn't start the first game as it went with Mustakov before as they got into the tournament, but he came in after 23 minutes and has not given up the net yet. And Masalskis, who has been the longtime goaltender in Latvia, and his teammates look to hang on to get them through this relegation battle and into next year's tournament.
Draw to the right of Huey comes back to the point. Dagovic behind the net, but he can't handle it. Darzinch also there. And the Rosier moves it up. Long shot, steered aside. The Rosier winds up again from a tough angle, but that'll miss the mark. Darzinch now. He'll play it up, and Zarinch will fire it along the boards. Stoltnieks gives chase as the Rosier will reload. If you're just watching us for the first time in our broadcast, France is basically less than 20 minutes away now from being relegated at the World Championship. Latvia actually beat Germany at the World Under-18s in Switzerland as the bouncing puck is cleared out of harm's way to avoid relegation. So could be good news for Latvia here as well if they can hang on. DaCosta now waits and gives to Eke Foyle. And there is Antoine Roussel. He's back on the ice for France, so obviously able to go after going hard into the boards in the second.
That's good news. That was a scary-looking incident when he was stunned against the boards.
Acosta came in with some speed, but fired it high and over the net. Chekashvili back to play it for France. And the only other nation happy to see this result so far is Austria. The only way Austria can be relegated is if France indeed can come back and win in overtime, as Chekashvili lost his stick. He wanted to call, but nothing happening. Trail tries to settle the bouncing puck. Andrasis was lurking, but Chekashvili will reset behind the French net once again.
Latvia's played this rope-a-dope style for most of the game, outshot 22-7 after 40 minutes. Just three of those shots rather, at even strength.
Long shot is turned aside as Salietis let it fly. Huet was solid.
Nothing really Huet could do on either goal. The first one was a broken play and a 15-foot open netter. The second one deflected over his glove.
Salietis now goes back to the point. Redless fires it around the boards. Bouncing puck in front, backhand try. Cristobal Huet, the best of his saves in this hockey game.
Really good shift for Latvia, good puck control. They stayed on the puck, and Zvorkov gets to the front of the net and he takes the shot that's deflected. And Cristobal Huet windmills this glove save 3 minutes into the third period. As much as Latvia can play on this side of the red line, it takes the heat off their goaltender. It takes away any momentum that the French might feel as they start to forecheck and try and get themselves back in this game.
Don't get too excited, Ray, but Latvia out shooting France 2-1 in the period so far.
Well, they had 2 shots in the first period. This is good news for them.
They're on a roll. Ekefoil fires, ends up behind the net on the mesh as Trail tries to dig it out. Mounier also there. Mounier dumps it off as Ekefoil pinching in now behind the net. Ekefoil gets dumped. And Latvia able to clear it down the ice as Sorokas will backhand it down, but play is whistled down, icing the call. 16:15 to go here in the third.
So no change allowed. The icing call goes back to the left of Masalskis. Both teams still with their timeout. Latvia's not going to use it here. As you see, Zernic slowly into the face-off circle. Oh, there's the old NHL play that they used to do a lot, and Dogovic went in to get thrown out of the face-off circle, so now everybody pretty well rested. And Zernic, the natural center, comes in to take the draw. All that, and he lost it anyway, and now the Latvians can change as it went outside the blue line.
Acosta, cross ice for Roussel as he'll fire it in. Chekashvili goes to the net, comes back to the point. Shot bouncing behind the net. Roussel gives chase. Chekashvili back to play it as Latvia will change up. And that off a stick and out of play for a whistle.
Well, seeing a lot of frustration visible for Stefan DaCosta. He's waving his arms around, and for someone that's supposed to lead your team, it's really demoralizing when your better players start looking down the bench and shaking their head. Lead means lead. They need you now. They don't need you in an 8-1 game.
Galvinch back to play it for Latvia as he chips it along the boards. It comes out of the zone. Stefan DaCosta played in the KHL this year.
Had a fabulous year. 30 goals in 46 games.
Puck comes around the boards as Bukarts gives chase, comes out of the zone. Bertrand has his skate on the puck, he'll kick it back. Manavion will backhand it in along the boards. Offside the call, so another whistle, 14:49 to go.
And Latvia will be more than happy to chop up this period with a bunch of whistles. And see 3 French fans pretty discouraged with what they're watching. And you need a glimmer of hope, whether it's a really good chance or a shift where there's some cycle time and zone time, and you punch through for a goal, maybe Latvia gets right back on their heels.
Salskis plays it into the corner. Andrastis now content to chip it into the neutral zone. When you played, Ray, was there a guy in a situation like this, obviously France frustrated, that seemed to step up for your team?
Oh, it depends on your team. And, in Hartford, I played with Ron Francis, and he was kind of our guy. I would say with the Islanders, it was somebody like Steve Thomas. Maybe not a guy you would think of right away. It might have been Pierre Turgeon you might have thought of, but it was a glue guy like Steve Thomas. And so there are guys you look to make something happen. It's not always a goal either. That's the thing right now. Is it might be, we just saw Meunier, the captain. It might be a player like Meunier who gets in on the forecheck and controls the play a little bit. Something good has to happen for France, because right now they're starting to pick away at each other. And you end up working so hard, but as individuals, nothing happens.
Bowles tries to find Schwarzkopf, but that's picked off as it comes out of the zone. And France slowly running out of time here. Facing relegation. Needing some offense. And we've talked about it a few times. Fleury, 5 goals in the tournament for France. No one else has more than 2. Someone has to step up.
He's got 4 shots today, 30 on the tournament. They got to find a way to punch through against Edgars Masalskis.
Latvia leads by 2 here in Prague. Everybody. Welcome back to Prague, Czech Republic, World Hockey Championship. Final day of the preliminary round in both Prague and Ostrava. Latvia 2-0 advantage here in the third on 2 power play goals. And France needing to wind something off here offensively as Ovetu fires it in the zone. Stefan DaCosta gives chase, as does Fleury. Roussel tried to hit Fleury in stride. Manavion fires it in and play whistled down once again. Real no flow right now, Ray.
Whistle, whistle, whistle. This is perfect for Latvia. Because it's not frustrating for them. They sit on the right side of the 2-0 lead. They do this all day. Chip it in, chip it out. Goalie frees it. It's going to take about 3 hours to play this period at this rate, but... And I know you're done for today. I got another game. I think Miller's going to show up. Is he coming back? Or?
I'll have to check Twitter.
Well, hopefully he's doing a little better with his picture taking. I mean, that was a pretty weak effort. Seriously, he didn't even try.
I took the exact same photo. I couldn't resist.
That couldn't have been the same photo.
I couldn't resist. I had to.
But it couldn't have been the same photo. I know it's the same building, but it looked like you actually took 6 seconds to take the picture.
Well, the one beautiful thing about Prague, if you've never been here, I'm lucky enough to be here for the second time. No shortage of amazing scenery in this city.
It really is remarkable. It is a spectacular, history-laden city, and we're going to get an off day tomorrow to go and explore around a little bit to the Charles Bridge. And
Prague Castle is remarkable too. What a view from up there.
I hear about it. I mean, I haven't been out of the rink, but I do hear it's out there, isn't it?
I'll send you a postcard.
Yeah, please do. Miller's going to send me a stone carving like the Flintstones.
Here's a chance as the puck squirts loose, but Bukarts couldn't get there in time. Daoud Favel behind his own net will start things up for France. Here comes Fleury, chipping and chasing into the corner. Back to the point, shot tipped, and might have hit the side of the post, but stays out. As Latvia again chips it through the neutral zone. As we're approaching the halfway mark of this third frame, DaCosta sends in Fleury's shot. Another save by Masalskis, but they score. Finally, France on the board, and they have some life here in Prague.
Stop the Fleury shot. Nice play at the blue line. DaCosta to Fleury, and DaCosta gets on the board, his first goal of the tournament. Really nice pass up the middle of the ice, and DaCosta finds Fleury. Masalskis makes the first save. Nobody picks up DaCosta, and he's able to walk in to knock the rebound between the legs of Sorokov's, and France is on the board.
Well, Ray, you talked about a leader stepping up when he's needed. Stefan DaCosta finally gets on the board, has France on the board in this hockey game. And some life now on that French bench.
Now the next 3 or 4 minutes here are critical. Will the French grab the momentum gained with that goal? Or will Latvia be able to flatten out the next little while of this period?
Dagovic tried the long stretch pass cross ice. That's knocked down. Fleury getting an assist. That's actually his first helper in the tournament. Has 5 goals and an assist now as Trail comes in. Centering pass, and that misses Teddy DaCosta. Long shot again. Knocked down in front. Dagovic takes a bump and will put on the brakes in the corner and lose the puck. The Rosier now. He'll lose it and has to reset, but it's too late. Play whistled down as offside with 10:50 to go here in the third.
Just one assist given on the goal to Stefan DaCosta, but the quick up from the defense into the middle of the ice to DaCosta catches Latvia a little deep at the blue line, so that gives DaCosta a little room to find Fleury. And then DaCosta gets to the middle of the slot and able to bang in the rebound. As we talked about, 30 goals in 46 games in the KHL this year. That's just his first of the tournament, although he's missed 3 games.
You talk about goal scoring. Him and his brother actually also the top 2 face-off men for France when it comes to winning draws.
His brother plays a completely different style of game, where Stefan is a finesse player, a puck mover. Brother is heavier, stronger, plays a more of a grind style game. Latvia's been in a number of these close games. They beat the Swiss 2-1. They lost to Germany 2-1. They beat Austria 2-1. Now they lead France 2-1 with 10.5 to go as they try to avoid relegation.
And you have to think somewhere, if Austria is watching this hockey game, things are a little more tense. We mentioned it before, mention it again. If France can win in overtime, Austria would be relegated. Antoine Roussel now. Pass in front, Fleury fanned on it. Couldn't get a good shot off.
Really good play. as Andras's got back just to lift Fleury's stick.
Manavion gets it up to Roussel again. He takes a bump and continues to drive into the corner as France changes up. Nicolas Besch, long shot, and that'll miss the mark. Play whistle down offside, 9:36 to go in the third. And you can sense the crowd finally back into it. A little bit of tension in the air and some excitement now in the building.
The last 9.5 minutes are critical to these two teams. And it's funny you mentioned the overtime win for France gets them through and eliminates Austria. So right now, Austria is hoping for 2 goals in this period, no goals in this period. 1 goal by the French is the absolute worst scenario. They don't care who wins, as long as it doesn't go to overtime and they get to sweat it out even further.
Of course, Austria lost to both these teams in preliminary play.
2-1 to Latvia. 2-0 to France.
Trail goes to engage for the puck in the corner. Centering pass to Teddy DaCosta, bouncing puck, and Teddy DaCosta couldn't settle it down. Here comes Latvia, possible 3-on-2.
They're not even trying to score. They get the puck, they chip it into the corner. It's a tough way to defend, a really conservative way to try and stay on top.
They're 8:46 away. Shakashvili takes the pass from Diod Febel, who moves it up, but that's picked off. Little flip pass in front now. What an opportunity in front. And Zaric just couldn't get it to the forehand and finish. That might have been lights out if he could have buried. Zaric again. Zaric goes back to the point off the boards. That shot doesn't get through. As Jurek Trail moves it up. DeRosier chips it in and chases after. Whereas Damien Fleury taking out his man as he gets aggressive on the forecheck, and France able to keep it in. Fleury chips it and then goes to the net. Stefan DaCosta fires and just misses glove side. And the puck comes out of the zone with 7:45 to go in the hockey game. Ray, you just start double shifting the big boys here if you're France?
There's no need to spread the bench now. France plays a pretty short bench. Don't forget they played yesterday, so fatigue might be a factor. But you've got to get your 7 or 8 best forwards on the ice as much as you can if you're Dave Henderson. And Heckafoyle is going to play a ton on the blue line for them as well.
Antoine Roussel was in the vicinity in the circle but can't pick it up. That was Bertrand with some nice wheeling and dealing for France there. Trail takes the pass, centering pass in front. He was looking for Bertrand, but it deflects high. Teddy DaCosta works it back to Charles Bertrand. Bertrand working in the corner. Comes back to the point. Shakashvili fires, glove save. Vasalskis comes through for Latvia as they hang on here to a 1-goal advantage.
Here.
Welcome back to Prague, Czech Republic. Stefan DaCosta has brought France within a goal here. Latvia with the advantage of 2-1, 6:27 to go in the third. Both these teams battling for their relegation lives. Draw to the right of Vasalskis. And here comes Dagovic. Puts on the brakes, but he falls. He had Darzinc going to the net. And France turns it back the other way. Mounier. Pass in front, shot. And it doesn't get through. Shakashvili fires from the point. And that'll hit a Latvian defender. Puck chipped right on Cristobal Ue. He has to play it. OB2. He'll drop it off for DaCosta. Tries the centering pass.
Good play by Redlich.
Antoine Menavillon goes back to play it. 5:35 to go in the hockey game. Roussel takes the puck at the blue line and chips it in, but it comes back out as Latvia continues to play this dump game, but play is whistled down.
That one slides all the way down for another face-off in the Latvian end. See Dave Henderson checking the clock, trying to figure out what his rotation might look like.
That's incredible, Ray. They just announced the attendance, just over 15,000, and this really for a pair of teams at the bottom of the group, battling for relegation. And the fans, again, phenomenal.
Well, they'll empty the building out, and then 17,363 will be in here tonight as the Czechs finish off the round robin against the Swiss.
It's pretty hard for a 43-year-old to look like a kid, but getting to see Jaromir Jagr down by the bench and near the dressing room.
He looks like he's having a lot of fun, too. He's really enjoying this, and, you know, his decision to come out of international retirement to play here is a real shot in the arm for the tournament, and it's really been fun to watch.
Eke Foyle going end-to-end. Eke Foyle around the nets. In front, Trail, fires, scores! France has tied it up in a 2-2 hockey game.
What an incredible play by Trail at the blue line to stay onside. We might not get to go back far enough to see this, but there's a collision at the blue line. He spins around in the air to stay onside. Watch him at the blue line. He spins and catches his left skate onside. Heckafoyle goes around the back of the net. Oh, and this hits the Latvian defender, Berzic, and deflects past Edgars Masalskis. And France, dead in the water, down 2-0, has scored a couple of goals and is now tied at 2. Sasha Trail's first of the tournament.
Unbelievable here. So some dramatics now in Prague, a 2-2 hockey game. Sasha Trail, he's played pro in France, Sweden, Czech Republic, Germany, and for his nation, that could be his biggest goal thus far. And here they come again. Fleury fires. Rebound. He'll dive and try to get it towards the net with a bouncing puck. Comes back to OB2.
Now Austria's probably hoping for France.
Fleury again. He gets tangled up.
A regulation French win puts them in. What a crazy 5 minutes this has been.
Took France a long time to get wound up in the goal department. They had the shots, they had the chances. And now there's a buzz in the building with 3:56 to go here in regulation. As we're talking relegation. Eke Foyle had the great end-to-end play on the goal. Here he comes again with some speed. This time, though, it's whistled down. Icing the call. Pardon me, offside, not icing.
That Trail play at the blue line is everything because it allows Heckafoyle into the zone and to continue carrying the puck. And the French celebrate their second goal in the middle portion of the third period to tie the game.
Sasha Trail, the goal scorer, he's back on the ice as Masalskis behind the net to play it. Comes back to the point. Eke Foyle will dump it off. That shot deflects high and will hit the mesh for a whistle with 3:15 to go.
Remember a long time ago this period, Brian, you said the shots were 2-1 for Latvia. They now have just 3 in the last 15 minutes. They have 1 shot. The French have pushed the pace. They've picked up as much of the zone time as they can possibly come up with. Goals by DaCosta and Sasha Trejo, 7 minutes apart, have tied the game.
Latvia's 2 goals coming on the power play. They had a 2-0 advantage. But as Ray mentioned, France battling back here with 3:05 to go in the third. Dave Favel plays it up. Zaric waits and dumps it off to Dagovic. Dagovic has a power play goal in this game, as David Favel will settle things down. He moves it up for Stéphane DaCosta, who scored the first goal for France. Ovetu was back behind his own net. And now after playing that dumping in game and sort of slowing things down, Latvia is going to have to get back on the offensive here.
The question is whether they can. Can you reverse it after being back on your heels so much? You just have 10 shots on the night. 4-on-3 here, though.
Shot knocked down in front. Rebound try backhand. Hue is there. It hit the side of the mesh, but Hue carefully covers up for a whistle.
2 French players got tied up and crashed into the offensive corner with 1 Latvian. It led to that 4-on-3. The initial shot hit Michaelis Redlich in the shin pads. Sprooks had a chance at the rebound, but he cued it wide of the net.
And right now, like these fans needed the update, they just put the group A standings board on the big screen just to hammer home what's at stake here for both these nations. Bouncing puck to the left of Hue. The battle comes behind the net. Soltnieks tries to keep it in, but it comes back into the neutral zone. Under 2 minutes to go now here in the third, as Hue comes out to try and stop that puck. Soltnieks can't keep it in the zone. Sabonis dumps it in, and Ekefoyle will wind things up here for France. Kevin Ekefoyle fires it in. Antoine Roussel picks it up. Centering pass to Fleury, who fires and just misses.
Oh, they had the right guy with the puck.
Roussel again to Fleury. Fleury centering pass off his skates, but through the crease. Here comes Dagovic, one of the better offensive threats for Latvia, but he's stripped. Ovetu has Fleury going to the net. Bouncing puck though comes out of the zone, and Dagovic will slam it along the boards. And he'll go for a change. Long stretch pass though for Stéphane DaCosta. He fires it in. There's a loose stick behind the net. 35 seconds to go here in the third frame in a 2-2 hockey game. Turnover as Latvia comes in now. Redlich in the corner. He battles behind it. It's centering pass, but nobody there. That shot blocked in front. And here comes France. What an opportunity. Breakaway. DeRosier stopped. Unbelievable save from Masalskis, but they came on the line. Unreal.
Oh, Masalskis was furious that there was a breakaway. Sotniak shoots it into Delorier's pads. As disappointed as Delorier is right here, can you imagine the Austrians hoping for that puck in the net, which would have cemented their place to avoid relegation? But Edgars Masalskis, who has been the most valuable player for Latvia throughout this tournament, turns aside a breakaway from DeRosier with 8 seconds remaining.
Wow, Julien DeRosier. If France goes on to lose this thing, he'll have nightmares about that opportunity. for nights to come. 8.4 seconds left. Face off to the right of Masalskis. And France's big boys out there once again. DaCosta, Fleury, Roussel up front. Ovitu and Anaveillon are back at the blue line.
2 plays here. If DaCosta can win the draw, Ovitu is in a position for the one-timer, or he can touch it to Fleury. You see number 9, he's their shooter. But Darzinc able to clear.
So time winds down here in the 3rd period, and that's bad news for Austria. France down 2-0, battles back to tie it at 2. And we're going to overtime here in Prague. That's next. Welcome back to Prague, Czech Republic. Overtime looming here between Latvia and France, all tied up at 2. And Ray Ferraro, if Edgars Masalskis isn't a national hero back home in Latvia already, he certainly is now. What a big-time save on De Rosier late in the hockey game. That ensures that Latvia will not face relegation. And now, Austria and their fans very nervous, because if France can win in any fashion, overtime or shootout, France is in, and Austria will be relegated.
Never have Austrian hockey fans been greater supporters of Latvia than they are now. What a huge stop for Masalskis. 8 seconds left, and the breakaway from the far blue line for Julien De Rosier.
So it's 4-on-4 overtime for 5 minutes. If that doesn't decide it, we go to a shootout as Stogovic leads the way and drops it off for Darzinc. Darzinc trade spots with Galvinch. That shot will go behind the net. Darzinc. Stogovic will pick it up in the corner. Go backhand it in for Soltniks. Puck in front, backhand try, and that just misses the mark. Ovitu drops it off for Roussel. Roussel passes it over. Ekefoil. Ekefoil. He'll stop. Showing patience. Ekefoil cuts in. He fires off the post. Rebound, bouncing puck. And France can't put it away. Wow. What an opportunity there for the French. Long shot. Stopped and covered up by Edgars Masalskis. Talk about goaltending.
Ekefoil, who delivered the assist on the game-tying goal, has been on the ice most of the last 10 minutes, circles his own and hits the goal post. And at the other end, a real strong play by Soltnieks. His wraparound hits the fallen stick of Huet and hits the goal post at Huet's end. Both countries within about a quarter of an inch of ending this.
Ekefoil's got the puck on his stick again. Drops it off for Mounier. Mounier. He drops it off and they fire it back around. Sprooks plays it to his man. Redless now on his own. Redless tried the drag move, maybe one move too many. France coming back the other way. Mounier fires it on net, and that's steered aside as De Rosier was lurking. Oh, you know De Rosier would love to bury one here. Ovitu chips it back in. Teddy DaCosta gives chase. Here comes Andersons. They'll move it up, but play is whistled down offside with 3:01 to go in overtime.
There's the captain, the longtime captain, Mounier. As the French have pushed this into overtime, Latvia, as you mentioned, cannot be relegated. They now have 5 points. And they are through. So it's now down to France or Austria. A French win, they're in. A French loss, and the French are relegated.
Dagovic now plays it back to Jalovic. Dagovic also has Starzinch with him. Here he comes. Starzinch cutting in now. And he can't get a good shot off. Bouncing puck in front. Comes back to the point. Jalovic fires. High shot goes off the glass behind the net. As Dagovic now battles for the puck along the boards. And here comes Roussel. The Rosier's with him.
And Heckefoil hasn't been off the ice in about a half an hour.
DaCosta battles in the corner. Stepan DaCosta goes chasing for the puck. Back to Roussel. Roussel to Ovetu. Ovetu goes around the boards and finds Fleury. Fleury and Menevion change. Pass, rebound shot in front. That goes high over the net. Oh, the original chance was close, but again, Masalkis keeping his team alive.
Masalkis with one save, DaCosta off the crossbar with the second opportunity here. Under 2 minutes left.
Puck comes around the boards, and it's Andrasas waiting for help. Starzinch in front. Fleury goes down behind the net. And here's Heckefoil again. Always dangerous.
I think they locked the defenseman's door, and they're not going to let Heckefoil off the ice. He's played the entire overtime.
Andrasas now brings it over the line for Latvia. He fires, Hue the save. Rebound, bouncing puck, and it goes into the corner with 1:03 to go here in overtime in Prague. Brooks behind the net. Redless moves it out. Redless again battling, tries to cut in front. Redless looking for the backhand try, still has the puck. Redless, a one-man show right now for Latvia. Redless tries to cut in. Hue puts it to the back of the net with 38 seconds to go.
Heckefoil can barely move. He can't get off the ice. He was chasing Michaelis Redless around.
Teddy DaCosta now cuts in, fires, and oh, Masalkis just got enough. 23 seconds remaining. Teddy DaCosta takes a big bump along the blue line. Battles with Gas. Ovetu gives chase. Fleury, 5 seconds left. Maybe one last chance here. As time will wind down on this overtime frame, and nothing solved.
Oh, man. Look at this. Masalkis, one stop. Stefan DaCosta's going to get to the rebound. Crossbar. So Heckefoil a goalpost. DaCosta a crossbar as he looks at the rebound. Sotniek's hit a goalpost at the other end, and we'll head to the shootout.
Shootout to come here in Prague, Czech Republic. Don't go anywhere.
For nearly.
Welcome back to Prague, Czech Republic. So, after 60 minutes and a 5-minute overtime, we're still tied up at 2 between Latvia and France. And here's the situation. Latvia will not be relegated. We know this. If France can win in a shootout, they avoid relegation, and Austria will be relegated. And if Latvia wins, then obviously, you know the story there. Want to welcome our viewers that just watched the United States pull off a successful win. Jack Eichel scoring the game winner there. And of course, the United States will finish first in their group, and they'll take on the Swiss. Meantime, a shootout looming here.
Remember, the French win. They are not relegated. It's Austria. Latvia is through. Of all the scenarios that the Austrians didn't want to see, this is it. The French will start with their top goal scorer, Damien Fleury, who has 5 goals in the tournament.
And if you're just joining us, and a lot of you are, France won the shot department 34-13. And that brings us to this point. Fleury in, fires, scores, top shelf. as he beats Masalskis.
What a release. We've seen this through the tournament from Damien Fleury. 31 shots in the tournament. Look at this release. It's a perfect shot. And Latvia will come back with one of their two best offensive players, Loris Darzic.
So here comes Darzic. In on Cristobal Huet. To the forehand, buries it. Wow.
What a gorgeous set of hands on Darzic. He came in slow, picked up his pace, and look at this puck movement. Side to side, Huet bites, and he slides it into the net.
How bad does this old guy want to score? Julien Desrosiers. He was stopped in the dying seconds on a breakaway chance by Masalskis. Gets another chance, and he goes up top and buries it.
What a call by Dave Henderson, the French coach. 8 seconds left in regulation. Desrosiers was stopped. Masalskis gets into the barrel roll. Can't get to it. And it's Kasper Stogovic.
The former Ottawa Senator. What can he do? To the forehand. Stopped by Huet.
Huet did not bite on the initial fake. Stogovic pulls it to the forehand. Look at Huet's right in front of him. And it's now Stefan DaCosta who started the French comeback in the third period. Masalskis has to make a save for Austria to still have a chance.
He scored in the game. Can he score again? Yes, he can! Back of the net. France wins. Unbelievable story here at Prague.
What a move by DaCosta. He freezes Masalskis, who has been brilliant this afternoon. Latvia had a 2-0 lead after 2 periods. They couldn't hold it. The French are showing all kinds of frustration. They get back into the game, and they avoid relegation. Look how much this means to the French. DaCosta comes through, 3 goals in the shootout. And Austria, the elevator up and down continues. That's 11 years in a row. In the A pool, out of the A pool. They've been relegated.
What a day for France, and what a terrible afternoon for Austria. They lose to Canada 10-1, and now relegated here at the World Championship.
We're number 6. We're number 7. 6th and 7th place teams, they both can actually celebrate. France and Latvia move on. Unfortunately for Austria, bad day for them. They got shellacked by Canada 10-1, and they had to watch that. Painstaking, heartbreaking as it goes to a shootout.
Well, that was incredible. Even before that, at the end of that third period of play with Masalskis, the goaltender for Latvia needed a point. And
they're going down.
The
they're
shot.
going home.
Rogier's coming in.
They're going home.
This is it. He's got to stop it. Look at his reaction. After his defenseman put it into the shin pads. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Look at these guys. Wow. They were that close to being relegated.
Damien Fleury, who has 5 goals in the tournament.
And if you're just joining us, and a lot of you are, France won the shot department 34-13. And that brings us to this point. Fleury in, fires, scores, top shelf as he beats Masalskis.
What a release. We've seen this through the tournament from Damien Fleury. 31 shots in the tournament. Look at this release. It's a perfect shot. And Latvia will come back with one of their 2 best offensive players, Loris Darzic.
So here comes Darzic. In on Cristobal Huet. To the forehand, buries it. Wow.
What a gorgeous set of hands on Darzic. He came in slow, picked up his pace, and look at this puck movement. Side to side, Yue bites, and he slides it into the net.
How bad does this whole guy want to score? Julien DeRosier. He was stopped in the dying seconds on a breakaway chance by Masalskis. Gets another chance, and he goes up top and buries it.
What a call by Dave Henderson, the French coach. 8 seconds left in regulation. DeRosier was stopped. Masalskis gets into the barrel roll. Can't get to it. And it's Kasper Stogovic.
The former Ottawa Senator. What can he do? To the forehand. Stopped by Huey.
Huey did not bite on the initial fake. Stogovic pulls it to the forehand. Look at Huey's right in front of him. And it's now Stefan DaCosta who started the French comeback in the third period. Masalskis has to make a save for Austria to still have a chance.
He scored in the game. Can he score again? Yes, he can! Back of the net. France wins. Unbelievable story here in Prague.
What a move by DaCosta. He freezes Masalskis, who has been brilliant this afternoon. Latvia had a 2-0 lead after 2 periods. They couldn't hold it. The French are showing all kinds of frustration. They get back into the game, and they avoid relegation. Look how much this means to the French. DaCosta comes through, 3 goals in the shootout. And Austria, the elevator up and down continues. That's 11 years in a row. In the A pool, out of the A pool. They've been relegated.
What a day for France, and what a terrible afternoon for Austria. They lose to Canada 10-1, and now relegated here at the World Championship.
We're number 6. We're number 7. 6th and 7th place teams, they both can actually celebrate. France and Latvia move on. Unfortunately for Austria, bad day for them. They got shellacked by Canada 10-1, and they had to watch that. Painstaking, heartbreaking as it goes to a shootout.
Well, that was incredible. Even before that, at the end of that third period of play with Masalskis, the goaltender for Latvia needed a point. And
they're going
there's
down.
the
They're
shot.
going home.
Rogier's coming in.
They're going home.
This is it. He's got to stop it. Look at his reaction.
He just goes,
after his